Support us by subscribing, ring the notification bell, press all, and thumbs up. Thank you. Good evening, friends. Border security is national security. Fasten your seatbelts, take out some popcorn, and make sure you have something to drink with it, so you don't choke on the popcorn. Here are some updates on the border wall. As of January 2021, the new border wall system has completed 452 miles of new wall construction, over 681,000 tons of steel has been used, and around 971,000 cubic yards of concrete has been used. In Yuma sector in Arizona, there have been more than 107 miles of new border wall complete. In Yuma, work on the 18 to 30-foot high bollard-style wall began in May of 2019, to replace existing outdated or dilapidated barriers along the border, from as far west as Andrade, California, to east of Welton. Fencing was also erected in areas where the Colorado River previously served as a natural divider. The height of the new wall dwarfs all pre-existing fencing to serve as a deterrent to potential illegal border crossers and drug smugglers. The new fencing also offers a clear viewpoint to the south side into Mexico, providing additional safeguards for agents who were unable to see beyond what was once solid panel-style fencing in some areas. According to the White House website, an executive order has been issued by Joe Biden to terminate most operations that were related to the construction of the new border wall on the U.S.-Mexican border. It includes pausing work on each construction project on the southern border wall, assessing the legality of the funding of the border wall, pausing and looking into financial contracts given out to private contractors and more. In other words, the construction of the new border wall has effectively ended, but it does not mention anything about tearing it down. Billions of dollars would be needed to tear the new border wall, and this is not a priority for the Biden administration. It is true that the Obama-Biden administration deported more people than anyone else. But we will have to wait and see what really awaits border security and the border wall. Again, the need for increased border security and a border wall is because of the COVID-19 pandemic. According to news sources, the Defense Department will pause construction of the wall along the U.S.-Mexico border as it reviews President Joe Biden's executive order, calling for construction to grind to a halt. The Army Corps of Engineers, which provides direction and oversight of border projects, will take the appropriate actions in accordance with the executive order, said Rainey Brunson, a spokesperson for the agency, later adding that contractors involved in construction have been told not to install any additional physical barriers. Only construction activity that is necessary to safely prepare each site for a suspension of work will occur over the next few days, Brunson said. Over the last 4 years, billions of dollars had been put aside for additional barriers on the U.S.-Mexico border, prompting a slew of lawsuits and pushback from environmentalists and Democratic lawmakers. Days from the end of his term, former President Donald Trump paid the wall a visit, citing it as an accomplishment of his administration. The majority of the roughly 455 miles constructed during Trump's presidency replaced old, dilapidated barriers with a new enhanced wall system, a marked difference from the fencing previously constructed in some regions. 49 miles have gone up, where no barriers previously existed, according to the latest figures from U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Wednesday's proclamation will likely result in what's called a suspension of work on the border wall, said Travis Sharp, a research fellow at the Center for Strategic and Budgetary Assessments. During the suspension of work, the contractor must keep track of any additional expenses caused by the delay, so that the government can potentially reimburse those expenses later. A federal judge in California has already directed the administration to provide an update on how the new executive order affects an ongoing border wall case. The government has a long-standing authority to terminate contracts, though such actions can come with their own challenges and at a cost, according to contracting experts. There are costs incurred before construction starts, such as planning costs, land acquisitions, and manufacturing expenses, and pre-positioning equipment. If contracts are terminated, there may also be the need to pay costs associated with cleanup, demobilization and, potentially restoration of land for safety and environmental reasons. The costs will ultimately depend on the size of the contract and how much of the project has been completed so far. Former Acting Customs and Border Protection Commissioner Mark Morgan acknowledged those challenges as the administration moved to strike additional contracts. They could terminate those contracts if they want to, but that's going to be a very lengthy, messy process, Morgan said late last year. Part of the obstacles facing the Biden administration has to do with cases seeking to seize private land for wall construction. To that end, Ricky Garza, a staff attorney at the Texas Civil Rights Project, a legal advocacy group representing landowners in land seizure cases, called the proclamation disappointing. Biden, as a candidate, pledged not to build another foot, dismiss lawsuits. "That's what a lot of us were counting on," Garza said. "There haven't been any new lawsuits, but in the 200+ that exist, there's been a steady drumbeat that things are moving. It's as if nothing has changed." Anyways, thanks for watching, folks. There will be more updates coming soon. Hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe. And remember, peace through strength.